The Toronto condo real estate market right now is in a bit of turmoil, especially when it comes to new construction condos, which have seen a 27-year low when it comes to sales in the second quarter of 2024. Let's break down what that looks like and what exactly we are seeing on the ground level for both resale and pre-sale market condos. I'm Michael Luzes. I'm a realtor here in Toronto. If you ever want to book in a call with me to discuss what's happening on the ground level here in Toronto real estate, you can book a call in that first link in the description down below. By now, it's probably no secret that you've heard that Toronto condos have not been performing at their hottest here in 2024. We have seen months of inventory, which is a metric I've been talking about in many videos in the past, hit 8 and 10 months of inventory here in Toronto CO1 and CO8, which is the downtown core, typically the hottest condo market here in the city of Toronto. This recent report that came out from Urbanation, which is a company that really breaks down the data better than anybody else, in my opinion. We have Sean Hildebrand come and present to our office on a monthly basis, and is some of the most informative data that helps me navigate the Toronto real estate market. They also made a report that's available on their website, which breaks down what they've been seeing in the Toronto condo market for both resale and pre-sale condos. And for the difference, resale condo is properties that are currently on the market. So you see them on MLS, realtor.ca. When it comes to the pre-sale market or the new construction market, however you want to call them, essentially those are properties that are either about to be started to get built or that are currently under construction or even just launching and haven't put a shovel into the ground as of yet. BlogTO picked this up and they wrote that Toronto condo market in turmoil as sales plummet to 27-year low. And they did a quick summary of the Urbanation report, which we'll actually jump into to get the full description here. But essentially it says a new study conducted by Toronto-based real estate research group, which is Urbanation, found that the Greater Toronto Hamilton area, the GTHA, saw condo sales drop to a 27-year low in the first half of 2024. GTHA new condominium market, so on the pre-construction side, reported just 1,688 sales in Q2 of 2024, which is down about 66% year over year, falling 70% below the 20-year average. Now, there are a couple factors that are playing into why the pre-sale market is not moving nearly as well as the resale market, which also hasn't been quite flying off the shelves as of late. And the one that stands out the most is certainly the price point. On the resale market, we are seeing condos selling anywhere between that $900 to $1,100 per square foot. And on the resale market, if you are looking in the downtown core city of Toronto, so for example, a condo that's directly across the street from a resale condo, you may be looking somewhere in the $1,400 to $1,800 a square foot and above. We saw a recent launch this year at $2,200 a square foot, and we've seen a couple in the past that have also eclipsed that $2,000 a square foot mark. You can check out this full article on urbanation.ca. They have it all broken down. There are a few points that I really wanted to point out in this article, and if you want to read the whole thing, definitely go check it out. It says the GTA housing market is currently a tale of two markets. The low-rise market appears to be in reasonable shape with limited inventories and improved sentiment given the recent trajectory of mortgage rates. We just had that announcement this past week where rates went down by 0.25% on the prime lending rate. And we've also been hearing that the fixed rates have been moving downwards as well. That'll remain to be seen how these rates settle in over the next little while. It also mentions that that's not the case in the condo market, which is clearly in recessionary territory with conditions deteriorating to levels not seen in decades. What makes the situation more challenging is the role of investors in the presale market, which have made up to 70% or more of buyers. This chart shows how the GTA new condo sales have plummeted basically down to under 10,000 units sold, which is the lowest we've seen since the 90s here, where we did see a little drop here in 2009 as well. Overall, the trend line should be in and around that 20,000 sales. Something else to note is when these condos are not selling, projects can't qualify for construction loans. So typically the way it works is that condos need to sell out a certain amount of condos to be able to qualify for financing from the banks. If the condos do not get the sales needed, which here is listed at 70% give or take, then what we're seeing is that these buildings are not qualifying for the loans. If they don't qualify for the loans, this will play a direct effect into future building and where things will be in a few years from now. We may not feel it just right now, but in a couple of years, if these projects that are trying to launch today cannot get their financing, they won't be breaking ground for the foreseeable future. So if these projects are not getting the loans needed, we may not see that construction in the future. The next piece it mentions dramatic slowing in condo activity has important implications. Simple rule of thumb, each construction crane represents about 500 jobs. The number of condo projects under construction in the Greater Toronto Area has been reduced by no less than 75 since 2022, which impacts nearly 40,000 jobs, and official statistics already reflect that. With the exception of the COVID recession, this is the weakest showing since the 2008 recession. And you can see the charts for that. Now, this is the one chart that really stands out to me, and this is the new condo prices versus resale condo prices versus rent prices. What it does is show where things are on the rental increase portion, where things are on the resale condo prices, and where things are on the new condo prices. One thing to note, what you see here in the graph, is that there was a point in time where the resale and condo prices were relatively the same. So if you were looking to purchase a project here in basically Q1 of 2021, your purchase price on the resale side and on the pre-sale side or the pre-construction side were about the same. As the resale condo market has slowed since about the peak of 2022 and brought prices down along with it, the pre-sale condos were not able to keep up because there are costs to build, especially these days since the lockdowns and how pricing and development charges have increased since. The builders aren't exactly able to decrease their prices as much as they need to keep up with the resale market, which is why we're seeing a bigger and bigger gap. The current price gap between new and resale condo prices remains near a record high at roughly 60% and a full 20 percentage points above its long run average. Now, taking a look at the condo cash flow perspective, and we are seeing that there are almost 60% of condos are negative cash flow, which does make sense in today's market given the fact that the cost to run a condo, when you factor in the mortgage, the taxes, and the condo fee, are higher than where rents are at currently today. Notably, 24% had no mortgage and 18% are still in a positive cash flow position. Typically right now, by estimates, down payment required to be at about even is in and around the 40 to 50% down range. So if you are looking to put down about 50 on a condo, that's where that cash flow will basically equal in today's real estate market. And this chart reflects how the ownership cost has increased, of course, with the mortgage rates increasing versus where average rents are right now. I wanted to point out these last two charts here, and this one is that studios have been performing the best when it comes to cash flow. The average rent for a studio right now is in and around that $2,000 a month mark, and you're seeing the purchase prices of those much less than where, for example, a one-bedroom condo would be in today's market. The next piece is we are seeing a record number of condo resale listings in today's market, almost up to 9,000 across the Greater Toronto area. We'll see how the July numbers play into this effect as well. I am anticipating seeing a higher number of resale condos also on the market here as we finish out July. And that's definitely having an effect on properties being on the market longer on the resale side and investors not exactly jumping at the pre-construction side when you are seeing prices that are much higher than the resale side. I hope that breakdown shows where the news articles have been getting their data when it comes to talking about the condo market here in the city of Toronto. What this means, if you're a seller in today's market, there are many properties currently on the market. So if you are looking to go on the market, you'll want to make sure your property is well staged, well priced, and really stands out when it comes to buyers looking for condo inventory right now to make a purchase. If you're a buyer looking in today's market, you definitely have choice. And this is the first time we've seen this amount of choice here, especially when it comes to the downtown core in the city of Toronto. You'll be able to add many more items to your checks and hopefully find a great deal when you go out and search for properties based on the amount of inventory available. I have done other videos on my channel that discuss how to find the best deals in today's market, and those still hold true today. So if you are looking for a deal when it comes to condos or to find the best prices out there or to find the best value out there for you, check out that video to get more of an insight on how to find those deals in today's market. If this is something that you want some help navigating here in the downtown core of Toronto, you can book a call with me anytime, link down below. I'm Mike Luzis. Thanks for watching.